Good morning, Excellencies, distinguished guests, dignitaries, friends, colleagues, professionals, practitioners, and ICID family. I am very proud and honored to be invited to address your conference. Please let me say a few words about ICID for those who don't know ICID. ICID is the International Commission on Irrigation and Drainage, is a leading scientific, technical, and professional not-for-profit international organization working as a knowledge-sharing platform dedicated to improving the status of agricultural water management practices. And when established in 1950, ICID was at the forefront of the Green Revolution after World War II. ICID is a unique organization as it is the only organization exclusively working in the field of irrigation and drainage. ICID has a network that consists of more than 120 countries. Japan contributed quite a lot to ICID office, and they contributed 7 past office bearers. And currently we have Professor Watanabe as Vice President of ICID. The activities carried out by the National Committee of Japan are numerous. A total of 38 participation in 22 work bodies. In addition, Japan organized several events, and few examples are the 5th ICID Congress in May 1963 in Tokyo, Japan, 14th IEC meeting in September 63, Tokyo also, 7th Afro-Asian Regional Conference in October 89, and in addition, the National Committee of Japan has organized many workshops and seminars and also invited ICID office bearers, actively supporting ICID activities in bringing out publications and participation of young professionals, and also received appreciation during the 72nd IEC meeting for its contribution to ICID activities. The ICID main objectives of recognizing the World Heritage Irrigation Structures, or WHIS, are tracing the history of and understanding the evolution of irrigation in civilizations across the world, also to select and collect information on historical irrigation structures from around the world, understanding their significant achievements, and gather knowledge about the unique features that have sustained the structure for such a long period. To learn the philosophy and wisdom on sustainable irrigation from these structures, and to protect, preserve these historical irrigation structures. The ICID recognized World Heritage irrigation structures that represented the state of the art of its time, preserved over hundreds, if not thousands of years, and demonstrated important lessons for water security, food security, and sustainable agricultural water management for generations. Heritage is not for the sake of only heritage appreciation. On the contrary, it has important sustainability lessons for our future survival and overall continued development. Current civilizations benefited and built on the past heritages. For example, the shadoof and water wheel for lifting water have led to evolution of various water lifting devices through centuries, all the way up to the invention of solar lifting pumps. And these are examples of how the ancient Egyptians, they invented the shadoof to lift the water from the canals to the field. And then that has been developed into water wheels, and then diesel pumps, and then, of course, the solar powered pumps to get the water to the field. Dams as well. Dams that they have been developed over centuries from earth and local stones, dams like the one discovered in Egypt, 3,000 almost years before Christ, and Sad el Kafra is example there. And then it has started to develop into a more complicated and larger dams, as you can see here, from the earth and local Stones Dam all the way to Aswan Dam in 1970. So the development is building on what we start with and benefit from really our history. And that's just one example about how the dams in Egypt evolved over time. And also in other aspects of dams, that the scale of the dams as they moved from the small scale water harvesting as check dams, field bunds, and so on, to small reservoirs like mountain lakes, to the Three Georges Dam size. So the scale and the complexity and the multifunctional of dams also improved and over the time. And the World Heritage Irrigation structure, as we have seen from those slides, that it's not really discrete, but it is a continuum. As a matter of fact, water doesn't need humans at all. It is the other way around, that humans need water for their sustainability or survival. Since the dawn of human civilization, water has been an essential ingredient or enabler of societal development, so much so that we started to believe water is life, a common phrase in most of our current languages. Early human settlements emerged around natural water availability and continued to do so for thousands of years. Early civilization, the Egyptians, the Mesopotamians, and others were developed where the necessary water for agricultural development was readily available, i.e., for example, close to springs, lakes, and rivers. During the course of the civilization process, the water bodies became an integral part of human communities and societies and their economic, social, cultural, political, religious, and spiritual activities. Japan has been contributing to the registry of ICID 44 structures until 2022, and they are listed here. And in terms of really also the development over time, and you can see here from early development in 600 and 700 year, they have been really moving from the size to the structure, design, and the capacity, and the possibility, of course, of using those dams as hydropower as well. So you can see here that how things they really moved with time over the history, and from small and simple reservoirs to quite complex and large size reservoir of multifunctions. In my closing remarks, I would like to say that historically, we have always assumed that water is not a limiting factor for human development. However, as our population grew from millions to billions, we started to see the finite dimension of water that we now term as water scarcity. And once a life-critical natural resource becomes limiting, our attention is automatically diverted to its value, its use or misuse, its criticality to our survival, and its conservation. ICID has 44 registered facilities in Japan. Kumamoto Prefecture has 4 of them. The conference aim is to highlight the significance of these structures and to discuss how to maintain and utilize them in the future. I am sure that the Japanese National Committee of ICID will continue to support these efforts together with the Ministry of Agriculture. And I wish you a very successful conference. Thank you and good